everyone, it's me again. It's your girl, Curly Kimmy. I am back today. I am just taking a break from everything. You know, it's been the holidays. I've been traveling. I know I got my little Raggedy Ann wig on, you know. Hey, wig. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just, chilling just like everybody else for the holidays. I'm still working on the Dublin video, but it will be up soon. It's a lot of editing. I realized just on that video when I started doing it that I should have made the pictures a little bit different than how they originally were taken. So I'm having to edit each picture, and there were a lot of pictures and different videos, and I'm trying to make it look good for you guys. So anyway, so child, yeah, so today it's Saturday. I ain't doing nothing. I have ran to the store, got a few things, and I am back at the house eating some ramen because I ain't feel like cooking. I'm gonna cook tomorrow. I'll probably cook some chicken legs or something like that, but that's it. That's all I got. That's all I'm doing. Anyway, how was your holiday? I hope that was good. Mine was good. I didn't go anywhere, didn't see anybody, didn't do anything. I had a few text messages and I replied back, Merry Christmas, and I went back to sleep. So, jet lag is real, in case y'all don't know. Baby, y'all out here thinking, oh no, I'm just gonna be doing this and doing that. Listen, you start getting a little bit older, whoo. Child, I want to fight everybody. You hear me? I was so tired. I was literally forgetting things. So when I got back, the next day? Well, basically, yeah. So basically the next day, because I got back at midnight on Thursday. And then so Friday I had somewhere to go. And I was supposed to go somewhere Saturday too. But yeah, so I left work Friday evening. I had left early. I went to get to the car and my battery wouldn't turn over. Dead. So I was like, oh my God. Oh. Call the insurance company. Insurance, have the roadside service or whatever. So after I do all that, and there's, it's the holidays, so nobody's really here. Really was at work. Everybody was gone. People had left early and all that kind of stuff. Because this was before Christmas. So anyway, I called the people or whatever. They was like, okay, we're going to dispatch a tow truck or whatever, come jump you off and whatever. So then by that time, our custodian came outside and he saw me. He was like, oh, what's going on? Whatever. And I said, oh, it's my battery. And he was like, oh, okay. And so then he said, well, let me go see if anybody's still here. And I don't know why I didn't think of this. Why, Lord? So one of the deputies, I work with sheriff deputies and stuff like that. And one of the deputy that services my floor, he was there, of course. He was like, well, why didn't you say something? I was like, I don't know. I didn't think about it, So anyway, so he came out and jumped me off. And then, I was able to cancel the tow truck. So anyway, so I finally get home, get everything going, get all my stuff together to go to my friend's house. And then I packed to go to my other friend's house the next day, which is Saturday. Child, listen, how about I did all that, got down there. We had a good time, great. Woke up the next day. I was like, oh crap, I left my laptop because my boss was like, can you jump in remotely and, do some stuff, that I'm going to send to you by such and such date. So I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. Listen, my boss is very nice. So what if he asked me to do stuff, that's not Monday through Friday? I don't be caring about none of that. Sure will. Great. Okay. We got it like that. So anyway, So, child, I was like, oh crap, I left my computer. So my friend was like, cool, I'll bring you back home, which is an hour away now. Bring you back home, and then, we'll get your stuff and, see if you need anything else, and then come on back and go to the other party. So I said, okay. Drove all the way back to my house, and let me tell you how I ain't have not one set of keys. Not a one. Not a one. Not a one. Not a one. So, child, had to drive back to her house, another hour back. Then it's raining. My nerves already done. I'm done. So I get back, get my keys, drive back. So this is the third trip now. So we drive back. Then I get my stuff, whatever, get my laptop and all that stuff, drive back to her house, get back to her house, look for my cell phone. Took the phone to my house, put it on the charger and left it. Her mom said, why don't you just go in there and go to bed? I was done. When I tell you I was so confused because I was so tired. I didn't know what day it was, who was who. I don't know nothing. I was done. I couldn't function for nothing. So I just went to sleep, and I am sorry to my friends that I missed your Christmas party, but I wasn't no good at all. So I'm sorry, but So we didn't do nothing. We just stayed at the house, and I slept for a few hours, and then we got up and we had food at the house, and then we, just messed around, helped my friends' nieces put the Christmas tree up and stuff like that, because I like, hanging with the kids or whatever. And so, yeah, man, but that's about all I did, But I'm telling you, that jet lag, it'll have you smooth messed up. So anyway, so I want to tell y'all about some stuff. About traveling abroad. So, and I'm only talking about my experiences. I am not talking about nobody else's experiences. Just some things that I have learned along the way or whatever. Or just traveling in general. Doesn't have to be abroad. When you go abroad, or you go anywhere, really, that's not where you normally are, even domestic flights or domestic trips. People know instantly that you are a tourist. You know what gives us away? Because we're doing this. We're smiling so much. When I went to Austria back in March, that was what someone told me. A man from Vienna, he told me that. He said, I can tell that you're a tourist because you're smiling too much. He said, when you're at home, do you smile like that? When you just walk into the store or just going out with your friends, do you just smile like that? Unless you guys are just laughing, joking. I was like, no. He was like, yeah. He's like, we know exactly who you are as soon as you walk in the door. So, if you're somewhere where you feel like you could be targeted because you're a tourist, that's one thing to do is watch your face. Try to be as normal as possible, act as normal as possible. Try not to act lost. It's hard sometimes because, child, when we was in Paris, Lord, that was a mess. We weren't lost. The problem was that they were on strike. The transportation people were on strike. So you would get off the subway, take your next line somewhere, and the sucker was closed. So you wouldn't know it until you got there, and then the gate would be pulled down, and then you turn around and go somewhere else, and then they're watching you on camera as you're walking around, and they're just shutting gates behind you, and it was like a mess. So, luckily, this man, this Parisian, took pity on us, was like, oh, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, there's a lot going on right now. He said, but you'll be better off to just take an Uber from here to wherever you're going. He said it might be a little bit expensive, but being that there's a little group of you, you guys should be okay. He's like, I recommend going and getting out of here because they're starting to what he was saying was the taxi drivers were targeting tourists and charging them way more than it would need to be charged, to get over because of the strikes and stuff. So, but anyway, thank God for nice people. And let me tell you, the French, the English, and the Irish, very, very, very smart. I mean, smart, Jesus. They are smart, but they're very, very kind. Very kind, very loving people. They were looking out for us at every corner we turn. So, people were like, "Oh, you look like you don't know where you're going," or "Look like you're looking for something. Oh, let me help you. Let me show you. It's here. It's there." Just so kind. People in the United States, I mean, not everybody like that over here. Some people will be like, "Oh, you look like you need some help or whatever." But it was just, very nice to see, and we felt very welcome when people were, treating us like that. And that was everybody. It wasn't just, one person or, just because we stopped and asked somebody. People stopped us and asked us. So, so another thing is, don't keep anything in your pockets. I don't care what it is. Do not keep anything in your pockets. We went to Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace now, where the queen herself is sitting on the throne, doing queen things. And the police outside of her palace basically told us, well, not basically, they told us flat out, keep your bag in front of you. Hold your bag in front of you the entire time, because there's thieves out here. They pickpocket. Nobody got pickpocketed. None of my friends did, because we had already talked about this before we went on the trip. And, don't keep anything in your pockets. Keep it get a crossbody and wear that under your coat, whatever. Because we ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time to be trying to find no passport replacement and all this extra X, Y, and Z. We got to get back to the U.S. when it's time to go home. You know what I'm saying? So, but we were fine. We didn't have any troubles or anything like that. But in Paris, they had already told us before we even got there. Before we even got there was a lot of pickpocketing and stuff like that. But there was nothing. We saw so many people who were just walking around with their bags, just, wasn't caring about nothing, and didn't look like they, were worried about that. But me as a, tourist, looking all brand new and fresh to the area, I was like, we're not gonna play no games. We ain't keep nothing in our coat. I mean, nothing in our coat pockets, back pockets, nothing. I know, especially teenagers and stuff. Teenagers are very quick to stick their cell phone in their back pocket, or boys are sticking their wallets, and men are sticking their wallets in their back pockets. Don't put anything in your pockets. Nothing. It was cold when we went, so we had inside pockets in our coats. So I was just telling my friends, well, if you don't want to carry your purse, we could leave our purse at the house, where we were staying at, and then just take your essentials out and put them in your inside pockets in your coat. We did that. No problem. You know what I'm saying? So we had the, I think it's called RDIF protection on our wallets and stuff like that. So, you were fine. That was all protected. So even if someone tried to swipe up against you to try to scan your card or something, they couldn't get it because we had the protection on it. So that's not something, you should always be very cautious of, because listen, it's some thieves out there, honey. And that ain't just cross seas. That's over here in the U.S. too. But I know this already. Another thing is, I wanted to do so bad. I don't know why. I don't even eat stuff like this normally, processed foods and stuff. But anyway, so another thing was about currency. Whoo! So I went to three different countries. I went to France, the UK, and Ireland. France and Ireland use the same currency, which is euros, but London does not. And we knew that going in. So we, we knew all about that. The thing was, I didn't get a chance to get pounds before I left. And that's what they use in the UK. So I was like, okay, I'll just use my credit card. And you can. It was not a problem to use a credit card, nothing like that. Because my credit card that I have, there's no international fees on it. So I could swipe it just like I was in America with no problem. But problem that I personally ran into was we rented a car to drive from Tampa to Miami. And once I did that, of course, they put it on your credit card or whatever, and that was fine. I ain't care. It is what it is. So normally when you rent a car, you turn the car back in. The funds that they've held on your credit card are released back to you in, a couple of days. Did not happen at all. So I had 500 euros cash. So sorry guys, this is really good. So I had to take, I think, $150 of my euros and convert them to pounds. Well, I was at the oddest of places trying to do this because I forgot to do it, and my credit card was all held up with, foolishness from Enterprise. So child, let me tell you. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna just go and exchange this money at the airport. And it wasn't like the big airports, but none of that really matters. The airport is the airport. They're gonna upcharge. They're gonna upcharge. So anyway, they had this fancy little machine, like a euro, pounds, all kind of money. They had, every kind of currency you could think of, you could exchange, money for. So anyway, so I did it. So the first time I did it, I was at the train station where was I? In Paris, coming into London. And so I took 90 euros and only got like 55 pounds. Then when we were leaving London to go to Dublin, because I knew we were going to come back and spend the night in London from when we came back from Dublin, I knew I was going to need some more money. So I exchanged, the rest of it, more money, so I could have, more pounds. And child, when I say they upcharged me so bad, I was like, So don't put on me. Make sure you have plenty of currency, cash money, because a lot of places were, even if you had a credit card, they didn't take swipes over there. Like in London, everything was tapped. So even though you have a chip on your card, a lot of places, they don't swipe. It has to be tapped. So the little Wi-Fi looking little rings on your card or whatever, you know how the Wi-Fi symbol, it was those little U's and stuff. So when you tap, I might have my little Venmo card. I'll show you what that looks like. But yeah, you can do that. So on my little Venmo card, you see that little thing there? That right there. That's what you need on your card when you're in London, because a lot of places don't take, they don't do the insert, they don't do the swipe, tap and go, get out of there. They got people to see, things to do. So I would recommend that, or just having cash. But we did find that even if you didn't have any pounds, they would take euros and they would just convert it right there on the spot for you. Like, oh, just give me such and such. because we had to take the bus back when we got back to London from Dublin, and I only had euros, and there was nothing open for me to get what's the name to get pounds. So the driver's like, oh well, this is the last resort, but I'll just take that and I'll just charge you 20 euros. So I was like, okay. But be very careful of that. Make sure you have enough cash, and don't be dependent on your credit card, honey, because sometimes things happen, like all kind of foolishness. And you know, I ain't never said I was balling or whatever, but you know, you got life to live and stuff. You don't want to be out here, you know, running up a bill when you ain't got to. That was delicioso. But anyway, so yeah, so that was some things that I want you guys to be aware of when you're traveling, or especially going to like London and stuff. Another thing was, when I booked our trip, I made sure that for all the Airbnbs that I booked had a washer and a dryer. Now let me tell you something about these European washing machines. Okay, they're washing and dryer combos. They all look alike, but they are not all the same. So I advise looking up a YouTube video on how to work those European machines, because let me tell you, when we got to Paris and we had to go to London the next day, and I was up at like 3 in the morning trying to make a washer dry that didn't have a dryer in it, but I didn't know that. Yeah. So I had to email the host at 2 something in the morning, you know, hey ma'am, this dryer doesn't work. She was like, well, what dryer? There is no dryer. I was like, oh. But luckily they had a, it's like a towel warmer, but it was actually a heater, but you can hang stuff on it to dry in the bathroom. So I just hung up all our stuff in the glass. You've seen the video. The bathroom was all glass. So I just closed our clothes up in there and hung them all around, and they dried by the morning time. So we were good to go. But yes, honey, listen, make sure you book, you know, if you want to take minimal things, because we didn't want to be worried about having luggage. And, you know, we just backpacked. So I just told my friends, okay, we take minimal outfits. We took 3 outfits, you know, 3 pairs of pants, or I just did leggings or jeggings, and 3 or 4 tops, and just, you know, a lot of underwear. If you don't want to bring all that, not bring all that, but don't go over that, because, you know, then that becomes more stuff you got to carry. And then if you're going to want to, you know, bring back souvenirs, you got to have somewhere to put all this stuff. So anyway, so that's what I did. That was a way to cut down on, you know, carrying a bunch of stuff, booking places that had washers and dryers, or some way to dry your clothes or whatever. In Dublin, oh my God, I don't know what happened, but that washer and dryer was a mess, honey. I mean, the host was super nice, the place was super nice, but the wash machine took like 3 hours to wash. I don't know if it was on eco mode or what happened, but it took 3 hours to wash, and to dry, it had been going for 2 hours and still was not dry. So we were like, okay, yeah. So we had to just put them in a bag, in a garbage bag, and wrap our things up and just go, like, whatever, we'll dry it later. So yeah, so be careful. If you're gonna plan to wash clothes, make sure you time out enough time to get everything you need to get done, and, you know, because you don't want to be stuck with wet clothes. And if so, you know, it's not a big deal, because you can just put them in a bag and go on. But luckily, this was the type of place that we rented that was, you know, like a house. So they had all kinds of supplies and things just, you know, at your hand, you know, at your hands. So, but anyway, everything was great. It was so much fun. When you go on trips and stuff, especially if you're spending money to go across seas, you're going internationally, my advice to anybody going is to be present. Please be present. Just be present. Don't be so caught up in your cell phone that you miss everything that's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to just sit at home and look at a cell phone, you can do that in the United States or wherever you live. Just stay there. If that's all you're going to do, you know, like, and I'm not talking about, this is just observations that I made, not only on this trip that I just went on, but before when I traveled abroad. When I traveled abroad last time, that's all those kids were doing, because I was the oldest person besides the professor. And that's all they were doing, just in the phone. Like, you're missing all this beautiful scenery. We're passing by castles and God knows what else. And they're missing everything because they were in their cell phones. And I'm like, who pays as much money as we paid to go to Vienna, Austria, to just be sitting on the cell phone? I was like, that just blew my mind. So anyway, just try to be present and connect with the locals. The locals are clutch when you don't know anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? These people they're people too, and they understand how it is when they come over here or go anywhere else. They're going to expect people to be just as nice as they were to you. So be open, and you know, not everybody's out to kill you, murder you, rape you, do whatever. Some people just really are genuinely nice, and I appreciated everybody I made contact with. So another thing, I've said all that, ladies, single guys, single whoever, okay, let me tell you something. When y'all on these dating websites and you go across seas, your account switches to you overseas, and it's gonna have all kind of stuff. And let me tell you, baby, I was a hot ticket. Don't nobody want me here in the United States. When I say nobody want me in the United States, nobody. No one wants me in the United States. Okay. When I got to Paris, honey, them Frenchmen was all on me, honey. What the guy name was, the rapper, Mike Jones? Now I'm hot, they all on me. Let me tell you, they was all on me. All over me. The Irishmen were like, where are you at? I want to see you tonight. I want to take you out. How long you gonna be over here? Such and such, such and such. London, same thing. It was just like nonstop. But let me tell you, when y'all see these people and y'all gonna meet up, because I had invited a couple guys to meet up with us. You know, it's a group setting, so I was okay with that. And I always made sure we were in a well-lit area or around a whole bunch of folks. Because let me tell you, he was gonna get a 2-piece from a couple folk had something went down. But anyway, we didn't have to worry about that. But so I had met this guy, and I had invited him to come to this club that was like a lounge. You know, we would have drinks or whatever after dinner. And he looked so nice in his pictures. And something told me to look up, and I looked up, and he walked in. He didn't see me though. And then even if he did see me, he probably wasn't sure if it was me because my hairstyle was different. So I was like, okay, I can get away with it, because he did not look like somebody I want to be. I don't want to hang out with you, sir. I'm sorry. I don't. So anyway, so he, the bartender came over, you know, brought our drink that we had got for the table. It was like a shared drink, you know, one of those big things. And so anyway, I told the bartender, I said, hey, listen, that guy over there with the long hair, do not let him come over here. I am not the one. Okay, because somebody's gonna get their legs broken here tonight. So he was laughing and stuff, whatever. And yeah, so we didn't meet up. And so then I never pulled out my cell phone because I did not want him to see me look like I was checking my app to see if somebody was looking for me, because I didn't want him to know it was me. Because I was like, no, nope, nobody, nope. So the guy just kept standing there, and I walked out. So one of my friends that's with us, she speaks Spanish. So I told her, I said, all right, listen, when we walk out of here, none of us speak English, none of us. And we speak Spanish too, not as fluently, you know, of course, but we let her do all the talking. So we walked out and, and she was just speaking Spanish all over the place. Stuff didn't even make no sense, child. We was talking about all kind of old dumb stuff. I'm talking about shoes, chips, nothing, just nothing. Like, really? So he still didn't realize it was me. And so once we got back safe and sound in our Airbnb, I opened my app and I saw that he had messaged me and said, are you here? I'm here. And I felt bad, but at the same time, like, don't be trying to catfish me, okay? Because you will get served up in here. So anyway, so yeah, so y'all just be careful when y'all gonna meet somebody, especially when you're overseas and you want to meet up, whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Have a good time. Everybody grown, right? Just be cautious and be aware. Don't do nothing by yourself, okay? I know everybody out here, well, I'm grown, I can do this. Okay. You don't know these people. You don't know nobody other than people around you. And sometimes you don't know them well enough. So be extremely careful when you're going to do all that stuff. But yes, honey. But Irish men love black women. Let me tell you. When I'm talking about, we went to this place on Temple Bar called Bad Bob's Club or something like that. The Temple Bar or something like that. I don't know. Well, we went there. And let me tell you, I mean, men were coming up to me and I was just sitting there because I was kind of over it. It was real late. I mean, like almost 2 or something in the morning, and I was ready to go to bed. But they were still live. I'm talking about all the way live. People was dressed to the nines. And over there, oh my God, everybody loved like labels and stuff. Gucci and whatever. What's that B word? Balenciaga. I don't know how you say it. But anyway, I mean, that's all you saw were labels and labels and labels and labels. And I'm not a label girl. I'm a regular. Wherever I get my clothes from is where I get them from. As long as they look good on me, I'm cool with that. But I do wear Gucci glasses now. So, now let me stop because that is not my personality. But anyway, so yeah. So, I don't know what it was about. I can't reach them. Hold on, let me grab them. About my glasses. These glasses right here. My little nerdy girl computer 1980s glasses. I had these glasses on right here, and oh my God, every man that came up to me, oh my God, your glasses are so sexy, so beautiful. Even when we went to a restaurant, this man, he was like, oh my God, your glasses are just absolutely stunning. Oh. And so when we were at the club in Dublin, this guy came up to me and he was like, oh man, he's like, I've been watching you and you just, it's just something about you. it's just this, you're this and you're that. And then he started kissing on my hand. He was like, it's so nice to meet you. And then kissed my cheek and then trying to kiss him. I said, wait a minute now, baby, you don't know me like that now. I don't want to have to pull nothing off this bar and bust you upside your head. So, but then after I watched around the room longer, I noticed that was the norm. But I was like, that ain't my normal now. I ain't comfortable with this. So I'm gonna let you slide this time, but I ain't, everybody else needs to stay back. I don't do that. Don't get up on me now. But anyway, so, just be aware of that. Different people have different, different areas and different places that you visit. People will have different customs, just different customary greetings and things of that nature. So don't be timid when somebody kisses you here and then come over here and kiss you there or whatever. It's just something customary. Now his thing, I think he was drunk now, everybody in there was drunk. They was lit. I was not drunk, but they were. When them Irish folks drank, not drink, not D-R-I-N-K, but they drank, honey, drank, D-R-A-N-K, drank. I mean, I'm talking about beer after beer, cocktail after cocktail. I'm talking about people had like $400 and $500 tabs or higher. I'm like, Lord, I can't, this ain't me. I don't do none of this. But, I did have my 2 for $12 now, but that's all I had. So, it was an experience, and I would love to go back and spend more time in Dublin because London and Dublin were my favorite places. Paris may have been a favorite place, but with the strikes, it was hard to go and see the things that I truly wanted to see. I did get to see the Eiffel Tower. I did get to see, I think we walked by Moulin Rouge. I don't remember. Who knows? We walked by a few places, but if our legs couldn't take us there, we didn't go. And I was okay with that because at least we still got to, be with the locals and, just see the Eiffel Tower at least. So we did get to do that. But my closing remarks are like, this is a sermon. What the world? But anyway, so my closing remarks about this topic is basically, just be present, try to do all your research before you, go somewhere. figure out what kind of trip it is that you want to take and what kind of, you want this to be luxury, you want it to be an adventure. Our trip this time was an adventure trip. So we spent like 3 days in each place. We spent like a day and a half. So we spent a day and a half going, and then we did a reversed, and we did a day and a half coming back in each place. So, I'm not real great at math, so that's not my strong point. So my calculations might not be right. But anyway, that was an adventure for us. So we just backpack and made it just simple, easy to go, pick up, pew, pew, pew. We're out of there. Great time. And so if that's what you want to do that. If you want to have a more luxury, more relaxed trip, more luxurious trip, more relaxed trip, I meant to say, then you just book it differently. But listen, whatever you do, just have a good time. Be present. Just please be present. That is the most important thing. You don't want to, and don't bring your American ideas over to these other places. You're in their country. Respect their customs. Respect the way they interact with each other. Respect all of that, their culture. Don't come over there trying to force American foolishness on these people, because they're going to get you right, first of all. You understand? They going to do that. They're going to get you together instantly. And, just be open. Everything we're not going to be okay with, and that's fine. But at the same time, don't be over there. They don't like people that talk loud. They can't stand it. Hate it with a passion. So you don't have to yell and scream. Just, talk amongst yourselves and have a good time. And that's when they know that you're a tourist as well. If you're shouting for nothing. It don't take all that to laugh. Just chill out. Act like you've been somewhere before. So, any other questions, y'all leave them in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I enjoyed doing this video with you guys today. And remember that I love you. You are loved. Whatever you're doing, be good or be good at it. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.